Hello everyone, welcome back to Blacklight Games Character Generation Advice. When we left off, we just had finished the race and single class advice, and for this purpose, multi-classing, I'm going to choose a half-elf to show you what the multi-classes are. Alright, so, multi-classes are classes that combine 2 or 3 classes at once. There are some classes that you cannot pick with all of them, but let's see, you cannot multi-class a paladin, and you cannot multi-class a bard. I think that's it. Yeah, that's the only. Those are the only two classes you cannot multi-class. Now, fighter thief combines a fighter and a thief, and this is a highly recommended multi-class because not only can they defend themselves in combat, they can also help use their thief skills and stuff like that. Sure, their thieving skills can only be used while wearing only studded leather armor, but it's not much of a big deal. Leather armor is still a pretty good feature. It's better than wearing no armor. And next is fighter cleric. You can use abilities of a fighter and a cleric, though you are restricted to weapons allowed only by cleric, which is sad, but fighter clerics they have more hit points than the cleric, but they cast fewer cleric spells, so, you know, I don't recommend them. I don't think that fighter clerics are useful. Same with cleric ranger. Cleric ranger combines cleric and ranger, of course. And then fighter mage. Now, if you want to start out a mage, I recommend considering looking at the fighter mage, because the fighter mage can use more weapons than the mage can. They are more resilient than the mage. They also have, they're also able to actually use armor. If you run out of mage spells, you can just switch to armor. Probably not in the middle of combat, but still, you can still use the feature of armor with the mage, this type of mage. So, yeah, if you want to look at mage, I recommend taking a look at this. Mage thief, this is one of my personal favorite multi-classes, because you combine the stealth of a thief and the power of a mage. I mean, I don't recommend it for beginners, but it is a very neat feature to be able to stealth using magic or potions and stuff like that, and backstabbing, then casting a big giant fireball to just finish off the enemy. So, yeah, this is a very good multi-class. I like it, but I don't recommend it for beginners. Cleric Mage, this is a very hard class to create, but once you create it perfectly, it is a very good class to have. It combines healing and defensive spells of the cleric and the offensive spells of the mage, so it's a really good class to have. So they also can turn undead. They cannot wear armor to cast their magic spells. However, they can use shields and helmet. A shield and a helmet. So that's better than having no helmet at all with a mage. So next is the fighter druid. This is a pretty okay class to have. I mean, they can wear more armors than the regular druid can, and so that makes it just a little bit better. They can cast defensive spells. They have more hit points than fighter does, and so I don't think I've ever played a fighter druid, because there is a character that I always get anyways that is druid, and she is a very powerful fighter druid, and she's already almost a level 2 by the time you get her. So, and she's a very early character to get. Next is these two classes, which I never ever would recommend. They level up way too slowly because I think I forgot to mention this, but experience point distribute among the two classes or the 3 classes. So if you gain 10 experience, you would gain 5 for the fighter and 5 for the thief. This makes leveling up initially extremely slow. So you are weaker for a little bit of a time, but there are advantages to multi-classing. But Fighter Mage Thief, no, it's just too small of a distribution. No, you know, sure you can use a bow and you can use other things, but no, it's not good. And fighter mage cleric, I'd rather go with mage cleric mage, because um you need intelligence, you need wisdom, and you need strength for the main deals of the classes, and it's very hard to distribute all three attributes equally. Very difficult. Um, no, I don't recommend it. So the triple classes, I don't think anyone should pick. Now, if you want a challenge, then be my guest. Now, cleric thief. I think, let's see if we can find out which race can do that. Let's see. I think it's gnome. Not sure. Yes, it's the only. I think it's the gnome only that can be a cleric thief. You can combine. It doesn't make sense, but still. You can use the abilities of the thief and cleric, but you are restricted only by the cleric weapons, which is not very good. I think in Baldur's Gate 2, the orc can also be a cleric thief. Not sure, but I think he can. The half-orc, I should say. Now, that's all the multi-classes. Next, we're going to look at alignment. I'm going to choose a fighter for this because he can be any alignment. Lawful good, you have to... Lawful good characters, they do everything that is, you know, good. Paladins are restricted to be lawful good. I mean, they obey the law, they fulfill the law, and they also try as hard as they can to do good deeds, and they never falter. And so, if you want to be an goody-goody two-shoes in a game, then be a lawful good character. Now, neutral good, highly recommendable, because they can do, this is a balance, this is really a balance of what many people think. I mean, some things should not be done. Some chaotic things can also be good. Some lawful things can also be good. So, really, you know, neutral good is a highly recommendable alignment. And it's personally my favorite alignment. Well, second favorite. I'll get to my favorite alignment in a moment. Now, chaotic good, a lot of people pick chaotic good because they're rebellious. They don't like the law, but they are also they also believe in goodness and right. They just don't like the law. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, it's a good alignment to be as. Lawful neutral. This is one of the hard ones to be because you have to strictly obey the law pretty much and not care about others pretty much. And you don't care if the person is good or evil, but I don't like playing this alignment. It's hard to do. And true neutral, this one is actually my favorite one because you can do whatever you want with minimal consequences. You can get evil and good party members being true neutral. Well, you can with any alignment, but you're restricted on good alignment. There's a resource called popularity, and the more popular you are, the less the evil characters will like you. And it's the exact opposite for good characters liking you when you're evil. So, true neutral, you know, you don't necessarily need to stay true neutral through all of it, but true neutral is just the recommended one to go for, as well as neutral good. Because if you want specific party members, true neutral is nice to be. Chaotic neutral. This one's also a hard one to play as because the only reliable thing about chaotic neutral characters is that they cannot be relied upon. And that's the honest truth right there. It's hard to be chaotic neutral because what can you do with a chaotic neutral that others can't? I mean, I find chaotic neutral to be confusing. Now, lawful evil, you usually decide to side with the law, but they're only siding with the law to benefit themselves. So, I guess the best example would be a mage that is crazy. The mage wants to do... Oh, here's an example. An iron-fisted tyrant and a devious, greedy merchant are an example of a lawful evil character. So, that's basically your description right there. Now, neutral evil is another recommended one. I don't know why. I just recommend the middle neutral alignments for a lot of people. But if you want to be evil but don't really care about law or chaos, this is the one to go for. It's highly recommendable that you don't lower your popularity so low that you get everyone after you. I mean, literally, you get several guards after you. You get a whole bunch of people hunting for you. You get a bunch of bounty hunters after you. I don't recommend being evil. Neutral good is easier. I mean, sure, you get bounty hunters after you, but it's not as difficult as having 10 guards after you trying to arrest you or kill you. Yeah, and the Flaming Fist, which is the guard, they're very hard to kill, especially at lower levels. And, yeah, I don't recommend being super evil, so try around being neutral or good, is my opinion. Now, chaotic evil, this is also one of the hardest characters to play, because they are bloodthirsty, they are ruthless, they don't care about anyone, they care only about themselves. They literally rebel against each other, chaotic evil characters. They're just very barbaric and ruthless. So, evils I do not really like. True neutral, chaotic good, lawful good, and neutral good are the ones I like. So, yeah, those 4 are the alignments I pick. And so, those are your multi-classes and alignment picks. So, next time we shall create our character, because that's pretty much all you need to know about alignment and stuff like that. That's pretty much all you need to know to begin creating your character. Abilities, yes, but I think you can figure out the abilities easily. So, that's it with this episode. I'll see you guys next time.